everyone. I'm Claudia Tarico, Features Editor at Retail Touchpoints, and I'm here with Rob Wood, who is Head of Online at The Entertainer, which is a UK-based toy retailer. Hi Rob, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Great, so The Entertainer has more than 100 stores and an e-commerce website. So how do you guys replicate the in-store experience for online shoppers?
So I think there's a couple of ways, key ways that we try and do that. Our stores, I guess a big part of our store experience is the expertise, the advice that our staff in stores can give.
Okay.
And the challenge obviously is replicating that online where you can't have a conversation with somebody. What we've tried to do over the last couple of years is we've got something called a present finder, which lets gifters basically, they can put in an age, gender, how much they want to spend, and we can spit out product recommendations for them, and that basically replicates some kind of the sort of service and advice that you might get in a store. We've just begun using live chat, so it was the back end of last year, it really became quite a big channel for us, and actually most of our customer service touch points are now actually via chat rather than via email or the phone. So that again helps us, I guess, replicate that advice that you'd get in the shop. And the other really key feature, I guess, is actually bringing alive the brands that we sell. So the licenses are absolutely vital in the toy industry. So if you're a fan of Paw Patrol, or you're a fan of Star Wars, or you're a fan of My Little Pony, you're very passionate about those brands, and you want to hear lots about them, and you want to be the first person to get your hands on the new toys, and you want to complete your collection. Obviously, if you go into the shop, you can see the whole range. We've got staff on hand who can tell you about the latest toys that are coming out. The way I guess we try and replicate that experience online is, first of all, we merchandise everything by brand, so you don't necessarily have to browse the site by category. You can go in and just look at Star Wars toys or just look at My Little Pony toys. And then we put a real focus on pre-order, being the first to market and all the new ranges.
Right. Great. So you're at NRF to share your email marketing success story with Smart Focus. So what would you say are the key components of a successful email marketing strategy?
The absolute key thing is understanding who your customer is and what they want. Because once you can do that, it's much easier to tailor the messages that you send to them.
Right.
So we've been working with Smart Focus for about 18 months on personalization and actually putting all our customers into the CRM system, understanding what kind of products they're interested in. So obviously, if you're a Star Wars customer, you're not necessarily a My Little Pony customer. You don't necessarily buy across the two brands. So that's really important. But I think also what's important is understanding when it is that customers want to buy during the year. So Christmas is actually reasonably easy because it's on 25th December.
Right.
Everybody's going to buy at the same time, so we know that everyone's in the market. Those 2 months are pretty straightforward. The difficult thing is obviously birthdays. So we know that our customers are gifters, we know that they're buying for birthdays. What we had real challenges with in the past were targeting the right customers at the right time of the year when they were looking to buy for birthdays. And that's what Smart Focus has really helped us do.
Awesome. So you mentioned the holiday season. So how are you leveraging these different email marketing strategies for the holidays?
So the personalization tool that Smart Focus has is really powerful. It has a dynamic content technology that basically every time you open an email or every time you open a web page, the recommendations, the product recommendations that it shows to the customer are via a live lookup. So rather than sort of the engine deciding that this particular customer likes this set of products,
right,
and then sends out the email and 3 days later they open it and you get that particular set of products, what dynamic content does is do a live lookup. So the information that it's showing is completely up to date, so it's based on our latest sales figures, it's based on our latest stock levels, which is really important when you get to Christmas, and it's based on our latest pricing as well. And with toys, availability is really, really important. So there isn't enough stock in the toy industry for everybody to sell as much of the hot toy for Christmas as they'd like to. So what dynamic content does is it lets us show the hot product for Christmas when we've got it in stock, And then if we sell out, it instantly takes it off all the recommendations that we're showing to customers.
Interesting. So how are you engaging? What kind of success are you seeing when you're engaging with customers through personalization and real-time marketing?
So we get uplift somewhere between 25% and 50%, depending on what the campaign is.
Great.
I guess the most important thing about what we're actually doing though is rather than just the personalisation, it's about getting that timing right. So what we've really found the big benefits have been is actually from knowing when people's birthdays are, so we can target them then.
Cool. So NRF has been going on for about a day and a half now, and I wanted to see, from what you've seen and heard around the floors, are there any new technologies or solutions that you're kind of looking to implement or give a shot?
Well, I'm really excited about virtual reality.
Yeah, everybody.
I guess coming back to your first question about how you tie together the store experience and the online experience, and we do lots of demos in stores. So if you go into one of our shops on a Saturday morning, there'll be somebody playing with the latest lightsaber and then showing everyone how it works. And you can't really replicate that online very well. We can do video, you can write lovely product descriptions, you can do great photography. But what would be really great is actually if you could, I guess, let people have a bit of a hands-on demo of the latest toys and really kind of see how they work, and I think virtual reality might help us do it.
Yeah, that would be really fun. So what's next for the entertainer? What can you tell us?
This year, I guess the focus really is continuing the growth of the business. We're going to be opening about 15 new shops in the UK. We did some TV advertising last year, we'll be doing some more of that. Online, we're going to carry on growing very quickly. We're going to carry on working with Smart Focus and focusing on content and personalisation and being more relevant to our customers. And I think there's still lots of opportunities for us around payment and fulfilment as well. Lots of our competitors in the UK are sort of people like the Amazons and the big grocers. They've got really great fulfilment propositions. And it's very easy to shop with them. You can check out very easily. You can click and collect at all their stores very easily. And click and collect are really a huge part of our business. So it's about half the sales we do online go via click and collect. But I think there are lots of new, I guess, slightly smaller collection options in the UK. So you can go and collect from a local store that isn't one of our stores. You can go and collect from a locker. We don't do that yet, and I think that'd be really exciting to turn on this year and see how that goes.
Awesome, sounds very exciting. So, final question, just for fun, since you work at a large toy retailer, what's your favorite toy?
When I was growing up, my favourite toy was the Corgi James Bond car with the ejector seat.
Awesome, very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Rob. I really, really appreciate speaking with you today.
Thanks very much.
And thanks, everyone.